would like to talk about pharmacies and medicines all over the world. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's start. This is today's outline. In introduction, I will paste a questionnaire that I did in the midterm presentation, and I will tell you why I decided to research about them. Second and third topics are about the situations in developed countries and developing countries. And in the fourth topic, I will tell you the way to improve these situations that are ongoing now. And at last, I will summarize what I said today. Okay, please look at this graph. This graph shows the result of my questionnaire. Which do you think can we get much money? As you can see, 87.5% answered in other countries, and I think so too. So, I wanted to research about pharmacies and medicines related money. And also, I want you to remember that other countries are separated in developed countries and developing countries. So, I decided to research about the situations in developed countries and developing countries. Okay, first I will introduce about the situation in developed countries. In developed countries, a lot of pharmacists work there, and there are so many pharmaceutical companies. So, the technologies of healthcare have progressed rapidly. And I will show you an example of one developed country, America. In America, pharmacists can get a lot of salary. It is said that they can get more than 10 million yen per year. That means 100,000 yen. So that's so expensive. And I thought, why? There is one big reason. That is, everyone trusts pharmacists. In America, it costs a lot to take out a medical insurance. So people in America need much money when they see a doctor. So they try to protect themselves from diseases without going to hospitals. In order to do so, they ask pharmacists for some advices to keep their health. That's why pharmacists can get a good status in America and can get a lot of money. Next, as I explained this example to you, it seems great condition in developed countries, but there is a big problem. These days, pharmaceutical companies in America make the cost of medicines become higher. Because of that, developing countries can't buy expensive medicines. So many poor people are suffering from diseases. Let's look at the situation in developing countries. In developing countries, as I told you, many poor people can't buy essential medicines, and also they sometimes take harmful medicines without knowing. Okay, next I will tell you two reasons. In developing countries, most medicines are not manufactured. These medicines are like to cure diseases like HIV and AIDS. These are so very important. And most of them are imported from developed countries, but they are very expensive, and 60% of essential medicines are not accessible to people in developing countries. Next, the system to supply medicines tends to be poor, and the shortage and the qualities of them are very low. For example, medicines are stored in the too hot or too cold environments. That's really dangerous, and this may lose effects to cure diseases. And in order to overcome those bad conditions, generic drugs play an important role in helping poor people. generic drugs are almost the same as brand medicines, but they are cheaper than brand medicines, so they are very good for poor people and who work for them. Who work for them, and that is Doctors Without Borders and WHO do. Their work is mainly to help people who are suffering from diseases, and so they send volunteers such as doctors, nurses, and pharmacists, and so on. And also, they provide medicines to cure them. And they ask for donations. That means we can donate to them, and also we can help a lot of people. Okay, I will summarize what I said today. In developed countries, there are a lot of pharmacists, and so it looks great condition in developed countries, but there is a big problem. That is, pharmaceutical companies make the cost of medicine become higher. Because of that, developing countries can't buy essential medicines, and also they are suffering from diseases. In order to help them, Doctors Without Borders and WHO provide generic drugs, and also we can donate to them. And if we become a pharmacist, if we study a lot, and if we become a pharmacist and go abroad, we can help a lot of people with our hands, right? So let's become a pharmacist and help a lot of people around the world. These are references. Thank you for listening.